After a full 7 years, actor Huang Yingming finally teams up again with Lee Yingjae to deliver a telling him that a woman named Inju had called him from Bangkok. She hadn't provided any details or Huang's whereabouts, only saying, "It's up to you to handle it." Huang calmly responded, "If she calls again, just tell her I'm dead." Inju, feeling helpless, went to the police to report her daughter's disappearance. The police told her to go home and wait for news. And when she saw the walls plastered with missing person notices, she broke down. Through underground channels, she learned that the nanny had sold her daughter to traffickers and that she could buy her back if she had enough money. Desperate to save her daughter, Inju brought the money but was tricked by the nanny. Her daughter was lost, the money was stolen, and Inju lost her life. Unaware of these events, Wang was still sleeping when he received another call. The voice on the other end told him that a woman named Inju had died, and the call was from the Korean embassy. The police asked if he wanted to claim the body. Hearing this, Wang instantly lost his composure. He had hidden for so long to protect Inju, and now hearing of her death, he immediately rushed to the Korean embassy to claim the body. The police informed him that when Inju reported Jamie missing, she had listed Huang as the contact person. When Huang unzipped the body bag, he saw Inju's face covered in bruises and 2 horrific wounds on her body, evidence of the severe torture she endured before death. The police mentioned that they had planned to dispose of the body but, for some reason, had abandoned it. They also revealed that a fisherman had discovered the body and found a wallet inside with a child's photo. As the police were about to leave, Wang asked about the child's whereabouts. The police said they were still searching, but the security situation in Bangkok was chaotic, with frequent cases of missing and abducted children. Sitting in his car, Wang took out Inju's wallet, gazing at the picture of his lost love holding the child, his anger reaching its peak. He immediately sought out his former boss, showing him the girl's photo and asking if he had known about Inju's child all along. The boss revealed that shortly after Huang left, Inju came to him, claiming she was pregnant. Huang's face changed as he realized that the little girl was his daughter, whom he had never met. As Huang prepared to scatter Inju's ashes into the river, his phone suddenly rang. The caller was his contact for the assassination jobs, who sounded panicked, saying they were in big trouble. It turned out that the man Huang had killed last had a ruthless younger brother, Ryu Jisung, known as the Butcher. His methods of killing were terrifying, leaving no intact organs behind. Ryu was now hunting down everyone involved in his brother's death, having already killed many, and was close to finding them. Huang was told to run immediately, as there was a safe place arranged for him in Incheon, and the contact himself was planning to flee. Huang couldn't help but ask if the contact had known all along that the man he killed was Ryu's brother. The contact mentioned that the reason they gave Huang the last job was because Ryu would never let him go. After saying this, the contact threw his phone out the window and signaled the driver to play some music. The driver bent down, but suddenly, their car was hit by another speeding vehicle. When Huang woke up, he found himself tied up in a room with 4 men watching him. The leader approached him, saying that Ryu was on his way, and if Huang didn't want to die, he'd better reveal his whereabouts. Before the man could finish, Ryu entered the room with his butcher's kit. The leader quickly revealed Huang's location, begging Ryu for mercy, but Ryu had no intention of sparing him. His men gagged the leader, and then Ryu, donning a raincoat, hung the man upside down, preparing to give him a bloody baptism. The scene was so gruesome that we won't go into detail. After dealing with the leader, Ryu found some documents, discovering the identity of Huang's former boss and a missing person notice for Jamie. Learning that Huang was heading to Thailand to find his daughter, Ryu decided to embark on his own journey to Thailand. Meanwhile, Huang, having just arrived in Thailand, found a street vendor, pulled out 2 stacks of dollars, and started asking about local household help of real estate investment. He had been close to Inju for over a year, recently taking her to view properties. Huang tracked the agent to his workplace and followed him after he left. When the agent got into his car after shopping, Huang strangled him from behind, knocked him out, and took him to the riverside. When the agent woke up, he tried to talk tough, questioning whether Huang had the right person and claiming he hadn't done anything. Huang didn't waste any time, cutting off one of the agent's fingers, causing him to scream in pain. Finally, Huang asked where the child's body was, but the agent said he didn't know, only that the nanny and her husband had killed the child. Huang then drained the agent's blood and cut his artery. Meanwhile, Rio, having just arrived in Thailand, found a local man who said they had the nanny in their custody and would hand her over if Rio paid up. Without hesitation, Rio handed over 2 stacks of dollars. The vendor indicated that the woman was inside. As Rio entered, he realized it was a setup. The vendor had led him in to cross the road and get into a car. When they did, they found a man standing in front of it, looking like a spy from a movie. He led them to a house where a woman took them upstairs to a room full of kidnapped children, lined up like merchandise on shelves. The woman asked them to choose a child. The translator, Xu Zhen, relayed this to Mr. Huang, who recurred. They would need to search again. Mr. Huang, anxious as if he were sitting on a bed of needles, wanted to confirm whether that Korean child was his daughter. The woman said she had already been moved. Mr. Huang offered double the price to get her back. While the woman went to negotiate, Mr. Huang couldn't wait any longer and broke down the door. Inside the room, he asked a little boy if he had seen the girl in the photo. The boy stepped forward and said he had. She had been with them before. Hearing this, Mr. Huang quickly pulled up the boy's shirt, revealing a 2-finger-long scar. The boy said the girl had been taken for surgery, making Mr. Huang realize the situation was dire. At this moment, the guard outside noticed something was wrong and came in with a gun, asking what Mr. Huang was doing. Mr. Huang immediately disarmed him. After subduing the woman, Mr. Huang had Xu Zhen translate, asking the woman where his daughter was. The woman finally revealed only a name Lu Piful, but the exact location was unclear. Just as Mr. Huang was about to strangle her, a child inside the room suddenly spoke up, saying the surgery was taking place in Lanyao. As they were preparing to leave, they discovered that the woman had already been killed against the wall. It was more thrilling than a suspense novel. Then Mr. Li came in, pushing a man in front of him, and killed him on the spot. Realizing trouble was brewing, Mr. Huang told Xu Zhen to take the children and leave, while he and Mr. Li were set for another showdown on screen. After a fierce battle, Mr. Huang and Mr. Li fought to a standstill. Mr. Huang took the opportunity to lock Mr. Li outside the door and escaped to the balcony. Mr. Li could only watch as Mr. Huang got away, solving a small problem in the process. Mr. Huang climbed down a ladder from the balcony, but by the time Mr. Li was about to open the door, it was too late. Xu Zhen, holding the child, wanted to go to jail. He had to tell them where Mr. Huang and his crew were. Xu Zhen reluctantly mentioned Lanyao, but didn't know the exact situation. Upon hearing that Lanyao was a pharmaceutical factory run by Chao Fo, the police immediately notified the special forces to prepare for a major operation. Meanwhile, Mr. Huang drove his way. Fully armed, Mr. Li was on it, spraying bullets at Mr. Huang. As Mr. Huang was about to be caught, Mr. Li accelerated as if they were racing to see who could get caught first. Mr. Huang ran straight into a group of police officers, with Mr. Li right behind him. Truly a friend or foe situation. Left with no choice, Mr. Huang had to charge his daughter Jimmy. Out of guilt towards his daughter, Huang decided to hide the fact that he was a biological mother. He called Xu Zhen, asking him to take care of Jamie. Xu Zhen, who had just received the call, was about to go to the vegetable market behind the hotel to find Mr. Huang when he discovered that the hotel had already been taken over by a group of burly men, as if they were filming a hotel show the blockbuster. After dealing with a few of them, Mr. Just waking up, Mr. Huang anxiously asked the man where Mr. They had taken the child. The man didn't know, only that Mr. They indeed took the child. Xu Zhen then pointed to the car ahead, and inside was Mr. Li. Mr. Huang quickly caught up, aimed his gun, and began a car chase. In the end, Mr. Li treacherously stabbed his good brother, Ding Qing, in the car, forcing Mr. Huang to use a grenade to blow up the car, creating a scene reminiscent of the Doomsday Showdown. As the car was blown into the air, Mr. Huang tightly held onto the box containing his daughter, ensuring her safety.